Well, Matt, Danny's been left from these shores for quite a while now, but his legacy lives on with this disability project. Just fill us in a little bit on the success of it so far.
Yeah, the project has been massively successful since it was initiated a year ago in November. It's been sculpted in a way that engages with everybody in the local community with a disability. There's something for everybody. We have 4 key strands. We've got recreational sport, we've got competitive sport, school sport, and we do disability awareness as well. It was a model that was created to make sure that there was, as I said before, there's something for everybody, and that we didn't let anyone slip through the net because the provision wasn't accessible. So the way that we created it was to kind of cover all bases. We've got a recreational sports centre, which is all around getting people involved, having fun, providing social opportunities. The competitive side of things looks to offer talented players really the opportunity to get involved in something that is competitive. It's the mentality is, we want to win trophies with those guys, and they share that same mentality. And we compete in a number of leagues across Lancashire and nationally to make sure that those guys get that opportunity too. Stepping
back from the competition element of it for a minute, the strength of any venture would be in its participation. And I know that that's been a strong point. Danny went and launched this scheme locally when it started with maybe 20, 30 kids. There's a lot more than that involved now, isn't there?
Yeah, definitely. The numbers that we've just recently collated add to more than 600 participants have been involved in the project over the year on a weekly basis, which is really fantastic. And as you say, going from 30 to 600 in such a short amount of time is something that we're extremely proud of. Those numbers reflect the initial participation and engagement of disabled people, but I think what's more poignant is the thousands of people who have been affected because of the programme. So I'm talking about the families and friends of those disabled people who have changed elements of their life and their social skills through participating in the project. So as I say, the engagement stats are great. 600 people is fantastic, but we're talking tens of thousands of people actually benefiting from the provision and the impact it's had on people's lives.
That's wonderful news. I mean, when Danny started this, I don't think he could probably have anticipated the success of it. And I know he continues to fund it himself. In January, you're going to get even bigger, aren't you?
Yeah, we've been really successful in terms of different funding bids that we've applied for. And Danny's money's fantastic, and his involvement it's unrivaled. But we've also been able to attract funding from different sectors and different parts of the wider community locally and also nationally. So Children in Need of got involved, and they are giving us some vital funding to initiate an impairment-specific coaching centre, which allows us to double the amount of people that we engage with, and it's on a more level playing field as well. So we're going to be launching a centre which is specific for certain disabilities. One night will be for guys with learning difficulties, the next night will be for sensory impairment, the following night will be for wheelchair users, and then the final night is going to be for people with a physical impairment but who are ambulant. And that's going to be based at Burnley College. It's something it's forward thinking, it's revolutionary. We've done it in an innovative way, which is all around kind of development and how we track that development to make sure that they get the most out of the sessions.
Marvellous stuff. I mean, money goes a long way, but I don't suppose that even comes close to looking at the smiles some of these kids face. It must be a thoroughly rewarding project.
Yeah, definitely. As you say, the money's fantastic. It allows us to do what we do, but the hard work of the coaches during the sessions, so the delivery staff and the things that are going on behind the scenes in terms of the development, and all the guys that work on the project are massively motivated by the opportunity to see such rewards being obtained through the participants and for their families as well. It's been well documented over the last year that we've had a number of success stories around people facilitating active changes to their lifestyle, becoming fitter, healthier, socially becoming more happy with their lives and that kind of thing. So as I say, it's something that's really motivating ourselves and driving us forward to have one of the biggest disability projects in the country.
And like everybody else, we've all got a competitive streak, however able-bodied we are. You mentioned about the team at the start. That's now up and running, is it, the disabled team?
Yeah, so Burnley Disability Football Club falls under the Danny Ings Disability Sports Project. It's his team, it's his squad. It's something that he wanted from the very start, to give people the same opportunity that he was given. Obviously, different scenarios, different settings, but the structures are still quite transferable. So what Danny's achieved on the pitch is something that some of the guys who participate in the squads are going to be able to achieve. We've got lads who are looking to take a step up to the England disability football teams as well. So they'll be following in Danny's footsteps and using him as a motivational role model to achieve similar things, you know, gain the cap, which is so important to some of our participants. The idea really that drove the competitive strand of the project was so that we could, as I say, give guys the opportunity to really have the talents nurtured and put them in a setting that is competitive and is there's a winning mentality there, and you know, we're really passionate as coaching staff to get the guys succeed, and they're just as passionate for their own personal and professional development to become the best players that they can be also.
If I know Danny, he'll want to pick the team as well, but that's Danny for you.
Yeah, Danny's he's made up with the development that's been had from the participants. We keep him up to date on a regular basis in regards to who's doing what, and you know, he's really familiar with the players. So I know that he's really wanting them to do well. As I said, personally in their own lives and facilitating that change, but professionally when they're playing is an eager follower of the football team.